AI will not improve your marketing, and here's why. Marketing is more than just your ability to manipulate somebody to purchase a product or service. That might be what you believe marketing is. But I'm gonna actually challenge that thought completely in these next 5 minutes. I'm building a collective called Jet Zero Collective. And what I've realized is that whenever I've tried to use AI to just write out, let's say the content pieces, or just use AI and not actually use the initiative myself, also, it's failed. You can't take creativity from AI. AI can take creativity from other places, of course it can. But if your ability to create is entirely dependent on an artificial intelligence, then what creativity lies within you? How can you impact people if you only rely on AI? So when it comes to like an in-person presentation or a random time where you have to talk to like, let's say 100 people, which isn't much. But you're in a room, you have to speak to 100 people, and you're told this 5 minutes before you start. How are you going to prepare mentally and physically for something if you haven't got AI? It's something that I'm trying to do. I'm going to share my screen now, but I'm not trying to share too much because nothing's been posted. But I want to share the things that has been posted, obviously. So on my screen here, I'm scrolling, as you can see. I have the different posts leading up to the end of this month for my collective, which is for creators trying to build for impact. One thing that I'm grateful to God for is my ability to understand that how you communicate is way more important than what you communicate sometimes. Like, if there's two people communicating the same topic, one uses AI and it's about a very complex topic. One speaks whilst letting God lead them, and it's a very simple topic. So let's say the complex topic is building a team that understands the purpose behind the brand. And let's say the simple topic is understanding how many times to post a week, which is quite simple. The person simply speaking about how many times to post a week that uses their own brain will most likely do better than a person who gets it completely from AI on how to build a team. If you don't have the experience of building a team, how are you going to talk about building a team? If you have no experience of managing people, how can you say you know how to build a team? It's about understanding that disconnect will always be a downfall. That is one of the main downfalls that can come as a byproduct of using AI. Sometimes the overuse of AI literally shows a lack of belief and identity really as a creator. Because as a creator, your belief is very important. Like, yes, you can say, I want to achieve this. Yes, you can say, I want to achieve this. Yes, you can say, let's say I want to make a certain amount of money. Yes, you can use AI to achieve that. But then think about the fact that your brand is much bigger than how many buttons you press. Your brand is so much bigger than trying to use AI for all of your content. There is nothing wrong with using AI for your content, but don't let AI replace your creativity. The moment you let AI replace your creativity, what do you get? Let's say there's two different people, okay? So we have one person here. I'm changing the color now. We have one person here. Person A is a very small creator who just started. Let's just say he just started. Person B is also a small creator who just started. The difference between these two creators is that one has decided to allow himself to develop his creativity and use AI in conjunction with his creativity, and the other one relies on AI completely, who basically people see his content and think he's copying people because of the fact that it's very similar. And that's a huge issue that you can run into. And that is something that we kind of talk about within my team with our clients. And if that's something that you struggle with when it comes to making sure that your content represents who you are rather than a figment of someone else, then there's a link below. If you click that, we can just have a short chat about what you're trying to achieve and about how we can help you to overcome any barriers that you're obviously facing as of now. So when it comes to trying to use AI within your company, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you use AI completely for your marketing and nothing else, you're going to fail. Because you need to use your own creativity. Otherwise, you'll even be able to use the AI properly. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with using AI. I'm saying there's everything wrong with not being your own person and allowing it to be used as a tool rather than allowing the tool to use you. You don't want that to come too fast. Because the moment that AI is the determiner or the deciding factor even of everything you do within your company, is the moment your company isn't led by you at all. And my company isn't led by myself, just to throw out there, it's led by Jesus. But you might not be a follower of Christ. But if you're trying to impact this world with your business and you want to use AI, that's fine. When you're using your content, just make sure that the creativity element is still stemming from yourself. Because if it's not stemming from you, then how are people going to connect with you as a creator, brand owner? To be a successful CBO, a creativity element can't be skipped. It needs to be represented through every facet and asset within your brand. And that can only be possible through using your creativity in conjunction with AI, rather than using AI not in conjunction with your creativity. As always, God bless, peace, and don't forget to keep serving.